Howdy y'all, welcome to Nerd Studio. We're out at the range today with a Glock 17. Stay tuned. Alright, so here's the scoop. Living in the day of the ammo shortage. We've moved to airsoft. So yeah, you can buy ammo locally here at Rock City Guns. You can get 9mm. Folks, it's 80 cents a round. 80 cents a round. Now, let me tell you, Rick is not gouging anyone. He had to pay up to even just bring it into the shop at that price. If you're unless you're talking directly to a manufacturer, you're just not getting it at a decent price yet. So Rick is just doing his best to get stuff into the shop so that people can shoot. 80 cents a round for the number of rounds that I shoot just isn't tenable, so I haven't been shooting. So Alex and I started looking at the Glock certified airsoft gun. I never did airsoft. I was an adult before this even came out. Now, we shot Crosman BB guns, and we just put on a lot of coats and stuff, and went at each other. I got a buddy named Paul that still has, I'm sorry, I got excited, so I'm filming this on my phone today. He still has a BB up here. There's a lump. We're in our 50s. He's got a lump up here from BB gun wars. This is different. Now, I've only gotten hit by him bouncing off a target, but I don't think it'd be comfortable, but you're not hurting anyone. I think you should cover up your eyes. So all y'all that know airsoft stuff, start commenting about your experience and how this all translates for you. This, by Umarex, this is a licensed Glock 17 Gen 4 airsoft gun. So for those that don't know, this is the magazine. Basically, you drop this down, you load your BBs in there, and then it has a CO2 cartridge. I'm getting about 3 to 4 magazines of good shooting out of one CO2 cartridge. So the BBs, I went to Dunham Sports in Danville, Virginia, just because it's the only place I could find them locally. So these were really expensive. They're biodegradable for all you green folks out there. Did I see the Colt brand on? No, I guess not. They had a Colt brand, and then they had this. So that's enough of that. So basically, you have a hole here in the magazine at the bottom, and it comes with an Allen wrench. So you drop your cylinder in here, and you crank that thing down until it pierces the end. And so here's more CO2 cartridges. So it's got to, come on, focus, pierce that end right there. So you can see we've shot, probably 12 mags through it so far. I got some video of me shooting it here. So yeah, pretty cool. So what the heck are we doing with these things? Well, I'm going to tell you folks, when Alex and I teach concealed carry, we like people to bring 150 rounds. Right now, if you bought that at Rock City Guns, that's going to cost you $120. We only charge $100 to teach the class. Now, if you're not in North Carolina, you have to take this class to get certified to get your permit. So that's a lot of cash. By the time you pay us, you bought 150 rounds, you pay the sheriff, you're up over $300 for this thing. And so we just can't feel good about that. So right now, Alex and I are doing this with just asking the students to bring 50 rounds. We want to start teaching advanced concealed carry, or what we call concealed carry part 2, so we can help people really understand the draw stroke and how to fit a holster and target selection and shoot and move. Normally you'd bring those students out and you'd shoot 250 rounds, and it's just absurd right now, and that's really what got us talking about airsoft. I can tell you folks, just in the few magazines I put through this thing, I mean, you have to tinker with it a little bit. If you don't put the CO2 tube in there just right, it'll screw it up. But now that I've got it functioning correctly, it's definitely plenty to be able to practice out here. Now, this gun actually has a blowback slide. So, we want to look at the gun. So the slide actually reciprocates when you shoot it. And hopefully you saw that in the video. It is completely accurate to a Gen 4 Glock 17. I should be tilting this way. Let's see if I can. I may have to do some post-production there to do this correct. But, I mean, it's the same size. I'll try and get some pictures of it side by side with a Gen 5 that I've got. I have a Gen 4 somewhere. Maybe I should grab that. Anyway, same size, feels exactly the same. The sights are what you'd find out of, out of the box in a Glock. Let me see if I can set this up, and I can take you with my phone, and we'll shoot a magazine together. Hold on. All right, let's see. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so, I mean, is the recoil everything? No, right? But it ain't far off a Glock 44, I'm going to be honest. That's kind of what the Glock 44 feels like. If you don't have one, of course, it's exactly the size of a Glock 19, shoots 22 shells. The recoil ain't much out of it either. This kind of feels like that. It's enough to disturb your sights and force you to reacquire your front sight and shoot. Man, this is now, Alex did this when he was a kid, right? And he said you can cheat with these things because you can see the pellet in flight, the BB in flight, and so you can kind of course correct with watching the pellet. But if you treat this like a regular gun, all of this translates. I'm serious. And, at what, you get 5, if you got 4 mags out of a cylinder, you get them 40 of them for $15. I don't know, math. Somebody do the math out there and post it in the comments. So you go to Walmart, you get the cylinders are, $15 for 40 of them. I paid up, these are expensive, $22.99 for 5,000 pellets. So somebody do math and figure out what it's costing me per shot. The magazine holds like 23 pellets. So honestly, I would just put 18 in it for training. It does occasionally, you can overrun the gun. So if you squeeze the trigger too fast, it'll fail to pick up the next round. So, if you're looking to, machine gun the shit out of stuff, you're liable to find that this overruns. You're also I think you'll go through more gas than you would, obviously one that doesn't recoil, but man, that's really convincing. I'm wildly excited. That's weird, isn't it? I'm wildly excited about airsoft at 55 years old. Who knows? We may get into actually doing force on force with this. I don't know. I haven't gotten brave enough to shoot myself yet. So, it disassembles just like, sorry, I'm lazy and not getting my regular camera gear out and stuff. So it disassembles just like you would, almost like you would expect a regular Glock to do. So right there, you've got your takedown. The only difference is you don't pull the trigger first, you leave it cocked. And I'll tell you, just to be smart, don't pull the trigger when you've got it apart. because then you piss off your buddy Alex, and he goes, "Oh, you knucklehead," and then he has to anyway. You can see we've already had to have Alex bail me out with this once. And the magazine is a little longer. It looks more like what you'd see out of a 19X, right? Because it needs room for that tube. All right. Cool. So I hope you don't mind sort of the vlog-ish version of this. I just work is really busy right now. I don't get a lot of time to make videos. I miss all you guys. And so it's kind of fun to get out here and share something new. I have picked up during the shortage a few new guns. I picked up it's an MP5 clone by MKE. If you guys know what that is, I'll try and get that out here and shoot it some for you and talk about my experience with that. Still waiting on a Sons of Liberty Gunworks. They're 13.7 pendant welded barrel. Hopefully we'll get that soon. I guess to talk about the ammo shortage real quick. The sad part about this is I see it. I can go up to Ammo Seek and I can buy it. You can get it delivered 58 cents a round after shipping. For steel case stuff, terrible. I can't find primers right now. They're really hard to find, and when you do find them, they're 20 and 30 cents a round, so reloading's a pain in the butt. So how long do I think this is going to go on? I don't know, folks. I don't know. Every time I think I know something, the world just decides it's going to throw me for a loop. If I had to guess, we're well into another year before prices come anywhere to stable. I will say this. The president and all the left driving for gun control stuff, they don't actually have enough support in Congress to pull any of that stuff off. I mean, they're not even going to get extended background check stuff done. There's a lot of saber rattling on the left and the right about this. Let me recommend allsides.com. I'll put a link in the video description where you can get some true balanced reporting on news articles. That's what I've been following, and I think the reality is they don't actually have enough support to make large changes in the laws, and there's a good potential that a lot of this is going to go before the Supreme Court and get turned around. So the chances that they can get Supreme Court packing through the system also not a real thing. So I'm not terribly worried about that. I am concerned about what Biden does with the ATF and how much of a fight we're going to have there. But right now, the ammunition manufacturers are cranking out ammo like it's wartime. It's like they're producing like the Chinese just landed on the coast of California, and so at some point when the demand dies, the ammunition will come back. The problem is it will likely come back and be at an inflated price until you and I go buy through that back stock. And the reality of, COVID, that's dying down. The CDC last night just said you don't need to wear your mask indoors if you're vaccinated. And I know a bunch of you are going to say, I'm not doing that vaccine. Fight that out in the comments. It's a good place for doing that. I got mine. I would have got mine in the eye if they would have said, "Oh, you got to get that shot in the eye." And I said, "Oh, right here, buddy, go for it," because I'm sick and tired of this crap. If about 7 out of 10 of us don't need to take it for it to be enough to give confidence to everybody that we can go back to living a normal life. So I wasn't concerned about it, but feel free to duke it out in the comments. So now the COVID's died down, and we're starting to see we're 100 days into the Biden presidency. He hasn't done anything about guns. I think it's become obvious he doesn't have support for it. So, we added 7 to 10 million new gun owners. Hey, nice to see you guys if you're out there watching. They've gone through. You figure they all bought 100 rounds. It's 700 million rounds. Check my math again. I'm brain dead. And, as we've, sort of ran through that rush, eventually this is going to come back, and eventually the prices will come back down to somewhere sane. I just don't know when. Wow, I rambled on a lot longer than I thought I was going to. So get yourself an airsoft gun. That's how I'm combating the ammo shortage and keeping my training up. All right, folks, always remember, anyone can shoot. Nice to see y'all. Anyone can shoot and have fun. We'll see you next time.